Well, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. Today we're going to do another one of these fun little box wars. We're going to do a Monarch first edition box, which is about $200 right now, versus a Genesis beta booster box. We're going to take a look at both of these products and just evaluate the box opening experience of each. We'll talk some of the financial value. This is going to be for my patron Russ. Russ, thanks for allowing me to open this up. And this is going to be for my patron Louie, me, because I'm really excited about Genesis and I want to crack open a beta box. We'll talk about that when we get there. But we're going to have a bunch of fun. We're going to crack these open. Let's start off with Monarch for all the Flesh and Blood fans. Let's get through Monarch. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on in Monarch. Russ, this is your box, my friend. Let's see if we can pull you something spicy. There's a lot of conversation around Monarch right now. You know, Rudy just did a box opening yesterday and did not go super well. I think the sentiment towards Monarch right now is understanding that the print run changed massively compared to Crucible and the other sets, and that now we're living in this world where the print runs are going to be much bigger, and that's going to affect the value differently moving forward. Boneyard Martyr. It feels a lot like, and we don't know the print run numbers exactly. It does feel a lot like Ice Age, Fallen Empires, that kind of attitude where they printed boxes to prevent anybody from being able to say that the game's too cheap, or the game's too expensive to play. What happened though, I feel like Unlimited kind of ruins that, right? Like Unlimited is cheap. That's where you want the cheap. So, I don't know. That's just what it feels. And then, of course, Team Covenant still has boxes for sale at $200 a box right now, and they're not selling out. So that kind of puts us like, what is the actual value of Monarch? And I don't know. I think long term, you're still set, right? Like if you want a traditional long term investment for like sealed product, this is still probably a good bet, right? Like this is, Deep-Rooted Evil. That card's starting to see some play with Levia starting to pick up the action. First Majestic, Russ. First Majestic. There we go. Hopefully plenty more. This set has some of, in my opinion, the best artwork. I've been picking up some of the playmats. As playmats start getting not as valuable, I start buying more playmats because I'm a big fan of playmats. And then, of course, I get to use them on the channel. Lunar Tide Plunderer. So, where are we at with Monarch? Let's talk about this. Did the market accept or reject Monarch? I feel like the market rejected Monarch. But I feel like the player base loves Monarch. I feel like, if you look at, cold foil blood drop brocade. Okay, if you're going to get a cold foil common, that's a pretty dang good one to get. That's kind of like an iconic, beautiful piece of artwork. I love how the cold foils work in Flesh and Blood. See how it like highlights specific parts of the, just the equipment is highlighted. Absolute gorgeous card. Congratulations, Russ. If you're going to get a cold foil common, that's the one you want. It's no legendary, but you're still sitting on probably like $40-$50. So, that's a start. If we can hit some decent, if we can hit some decent Majestics, you won't be hosed. At least you made some, money back. Russ paid like $200 this box. So, that's where we're going. So I don't know. I feel like the print run was massive and that is shaking the Monarch investor confidence quite a bit. And I feel like we were moving our way back up a little bit. And then then we had 1,000 boxes added. And so like, it's kind of, it's made the what is the print run a little bit more questionable at this point. That being said, Tome of Divinity, another card seeing a significant amount of play. The difference is the Majestics. If you look at first edition compared to Unlimited, there's just not as big of a divide. It's just like, that's what makes me feel like the print run was too big. I think, the print run of first edition is just too big when you have Unlimited there as well. And I know there's a balance there of wanting to make sure players get the cards in hand. I think the print run size of Monarch is far closer to the print run size of Toa than it is, Tales of Aria Ellie, than it is of Crucible War. And that makes it, that just makes it tough. It makes it tough to figure out. I wish we had the exact print run number. But anyway, gameplay wise, these heroes have shown extreme success. We're seeing Prism, kind of, being a force that needs to be reckoned with now. Not overpowered, I don't think, but we're seeing, we saw Chain. Oh, foil shadow puppetry. A little damage there. See a little corner? A little damage there. But beautiful card. That's a good Majestic to get. We are seeing, oops, I put the rares. What did I do? I put the rares in the wrong pile. We are seeing, some significant increase in, like Prism's playability and strength. Chain still, seems like there's still some spiciness going on with Chain. Gameplay wise, it seems like the market likes it. There's just so many, boxes on the market that it's hard to keep up. Smash with big trees, smash. So that's, I think that's the Monarch problem. If you want to answer the question, what is going on with Monarch and where is the bottom? Unfortunately, I think the confidence in Monarch is being shook pretty heavily right now. And unless LSS comes out with print run numbers that don't, that surprise us in a healthy way, meaning it's less printed than we all think now, then I think that it's, a Dread Scythe, not the Majestic you want, not the Majestic weapon you want. If they come out and say, hey, the print run was 45,000 boxes, that's going to feel great. Like at that point, you're going to see a confidence shift. But if they come out, like right now, I would say the print run is probably 100,000 boxes. That's a lot of boxes, especially when you have unlimited. So it's like, I don't know how much it would help the market. It just seems like the market has reacted negatively to Monarch, and the gameplay, though, has reacted positively, which is fine. We had the Chain situation, and I think they've kind of figured out the Chain situation. The Seeds ban, it is what it is. Phantasmaclasm. Boom. There we go. It's a great card. The Seeds ban is what it is. It's disappointing, and they apologize for it, and it's definitely not what we all signed up for with Flesh and Blood. We all kind of thought that wouldn't be the case. But post Seeds ban, it seems like they have balanced it out a little bit better. And so that's good. That's good for the idea of Monarch moving forward. And yeah, financially, I don't know. It says a lot that there's like so many cold foils on the market. There's a lot of cold foils on the market. There's a lot of boxes on the market. I think the Spill Blood, there we go. That's a cool one. I think one of the issues with Monarch, oh man, we haven't even talked about the artwork. Look at this artwork, like for Spill Blood. Fantastic. This is some of the best artwork in the game. Monarch has some of the best artwork in the game. I think the issue that Monarch's going to have is that a lot of people are going to sell if it starts moving up. So let's pretend like Monarch's 300 box in 6 months. I think there's going to be a huge influx of people who are selling it's kind of like a fear unless we get the print run announcement. The print run announcement might prevent that from happening. Like, unless the print run announcement again is massive. So, if you are, and you probably are, if you like Flesh and Blood, you're probably heavily invested in Monarch. The play with Monarch is just to hold for 20 years. That's the play with Monarch. Just hold, give up on flipping it anytime soon. Hold the line, go for it, and let's see what happens. Long term, if the game is successful, long term, everything's gonna be fine. Look, George on top of that guy. That's George up there. That's what we named him. Yeah. All right. Oh, a Soul Shield. This was, dude, Russ. This was a pretty dang good box. Your Majestics were pretty dang strong. We'll do kind of a little evaluation of the value here, and we'll compare it to Genesis. We'll have to kind of guess on Genesis. It's hard. Genesis is, it's hard to find price points on that, but we'll kind of compare a little bit here. We'll kind of guess at what prices are based on my brain, And then you can leave it in the comment section if I'm way off. But I'm guessing we hit a $120 box here, maybe 110. Seeds of Agony, Prismatic Shield, and Soul Reaping. So I do think we get some sort of Seeds reprint that allows Chain to get off. You know, one of the issues is the Legendary now is really hard to play because there's no seeds. And I think we get some sort of Seeds reprint that is a little bit not as powerful, or only maybe like only one color. Spew Shadow, Vexing. Oh, duplication. Remember the print run was weird. They had a lot of duplicates here. Double same color Vexing Malice. All right. So Blood Drop Brocade. I feel like this is like a $40 card, something like that. We'll call it 45. Soul Shield I think was like 15, so we're at like 60. Shadow Puppetry, you're probably up to 75. Tome of Divinity, you're probably at another 15, maybe 10 to 15. Spill Blood and Dreadside, yeah, nothing. You're probably at $100 there for that box. Not a terrible loss there. All right, now let's take a look at this Genesis box. So this Genesis boxes for beta are selling for about $250 to $300. I paid $200 for this one because it was kind of beat up. And I actually bought a couple of these because I really think Genesis. Is this the beat up one? Yeah, it is. I was making sure this is beat up one. This is I really think Genesis has a lot of cool things going on for it. And one of the cool things, I was watching Bronson's video on Genesis, and he said you can get a complete set of beta from one box of Genesis. And I was like, well, as a fan of Genesis, I would love to have a complete set of beta. And so I figured I would open a box for $200 that had some damage, and we can see what we get, and we can talk about it, because I think there's a big difference between Genesis opening experience. I've been opening a lot of Jalera too. And there's a big difference in the opening experience between Genesis and other TCGs, because they are really trying to highlight the fun of hitting a foil. So you don't get a foil in every pack. All right, so you get common. I have never done a beta box, so the layout may be different. This is a token, and then you get your rare. Oh, Chrono Walker, that's freaking cool. So there's only one rare, and then uncommon, and then more commons. Okay, so the foil I think would end up been in the middle of one of those. So it's super cool because the rares are really hard. Sorry, the foils are really tough to land, and it makes opening a foil super fun. It feels like old Magic the Gathering. If you don't know what you're looking at, let me do a little walkthrough of the card here when we get to so these are your hero cards, right? And if you didn't watch my gameplay video, basically you've got your actions, the things they can do, and this is if it gets exerted or not. Then this is your colors up here, so like your deck can have these types of cards. This is where you can see that's your life, your the amount of resources you have. Basically, you start in Genesis. That's just a rare. You start in Genesis with all of your resource points basically, and then you get weaker as the game kind of goes. You run out of resource points as the game goes. So it's kind of cool. It's fun. And like I said, apparently in beta you can get a full set of all the cards. I thought that was pretty cool. Giant Scorpion, because the set's pretty small. And the artwork's pretty cool too. Like, I think it's really cool. So the secondary market's weird in Genesis. I'm not sure how much beta cards hold value-wise. I think a lot of them have been reprinted, if I'm not mistaken, in J2. Maybe not. I actually don't know that. I'm sure Assad will tell us in the comment section. But what's crazy is that the foils are so valuable. Like, there's so much, like, people are selling J2 foils. Jalera 2 is the box that I've been selling in our bundles and stuff. They're selling J2 foils for like $80 on the Discord. I also wanted to highlight this. They have a championship coming up on November 20th over in Canada. So if you're in Canada and you're interested in this championship, if you're playing Genesis or you're interested in more stuff, head on over to Genesis Battle Champions. Just Google that, and I'm sure that the details will all pop up there. Oh, that's a freaking cool card. Look at that artwork. That is sweet mind reading. Anyway, so it's super cool. I've been having a lot of fun opening it and hitting the foils. Like I said, I've never done a beta box. The layout's a little bit different. But it's super cool that you can get like all the cards. So I'll end up putting these all in a binder and playing with the J2 cards. Because these are beta. Like I think the print run of this is like in the I'm pretty sure it's in the hundreds of boxes. Like that's crazy. Like it's very, very, very rare. Oh, there's Long. We have a custom George and Louis Long token card. Libraries of Sahas. There's a rare. That's cool. Gosh, the artwork's really cool. I think the artwork in this game is fantastic. It feels a little darker than Flesh and Blood. Like, look at that. Fire chains. Feels a little darker than Flesh and Blood. But it's also definitely like on that more like, I don't know, like the word adult's always weird. Like, you know, it's a 16 plus, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like adult content, but like, you know, it's definitely not made for kids. Ooh, Trudge. Idris, another hero card, and a Demon's Rage. Okay, so we can also get these, we're also looking for, what are they called? Epic cards. And I think I got like one epic card per box in J2, so it'll be interesting to see what we land here. Epic cards per box a little bit. I love that artwork. Mind reading. Gust. Every TCG has a card named Gust. Malek, that's the one I played in the side video where I was playing. In a Meteorite. That's pretty cool. So again, in this game, I think the real cool highlight is that you're on a battlefield and you can move your hero around, and you can move your beast around, and then you can put like roadblocks in the, like you can trap people. Like when I was playing against Assad, like I basically trapped him and he couldn't get out of the way, and like that was super cool. Oh, Skeleton King. Like look at that artwork, guys. Like that's freaking awesome. Like man, I love these TCGs that you can just tell people put so much of their energy and time behind. Nebula and a Vampiric Kiss. There's a lot of heroes too. I think this game's one of those ones that you can really open up and really dive into if you want to. And this is like what I was saying, like there's a community, they play this every Sunday night in on Discord on Tabletop Simulator. They play every Sunday night, and there's like learn to play events and everything. It's super cool how they're leaning into like the online community to help the game grow. So I'll leave links to how to get into that too. Maybe there's not epics. I haven't hit an epic yet. Maybe there's not epics in beta. Maybe there's not foils. This is where it's fun, because like where every pack has a foil in all these newer games, like Flesh and Blood does this. Every pack has a foil. You know, Metazoo does this. Every pack has a foil. I kind of like the opposite too, though. Which like I get both of them. I kind of feel like I like the rarity of the foils better. It feels horrible when you're opening, but then when you like look at when you're kind of trying to set collect, it makes it a lot more fun than just like you have a million foils. And the foil multiplier is insane when you do this. And that's like if you look at old Magic the Gathering, like the foil multiplier is insane. And like that's what I love that. I love that foils feel super special. Again, it's different game to game, right? Like you have different special things in other games, but I just kind of like that Genesis has made foils super special. Demon Scrolls, that was cool. I don't know the cards well enough to be like, hey, this is a good card or this is a bad card. I just like, I love the idea of some of the stuff. So like Forticate, it occupies the spot that it's in, right? So like you can prevent somebody from going into a spot on the grid. You can lock them out. You can put them into a corner. You can trap people. Like it's so cool. The movement system of the game is fantastic. All right, another Malek. Come on, give us a foil or a epic. Come on, Assad. Like Assad must hate me. Unless there's no foils in the set. I could be wrong. I literally could be wrong. There could be no foils. I feel like there are though. I feel like maybe I got spoiled and open. I feel like I just saw a foil. Okay, what do we get? Common. I feel like I just saw a foil. No, I did not. All right. Here we go. Almost done with the Genesis beta box. So you get a full set of beta. That's what Bronson from Bronson's Blood YouTube channel said. That's like what made me want to open this. Libraries of Sahas. That's like what made me want to open beta, was because he said you can get a full set. And like, if you're set collecting, that's awesome. How many cards are in the set? Does it say? Yeah, there's 90 cards in the set, so that's not surprising at all. And that's one of Assad's things. Like, he wants cards to be accessible to people, which is super cool. Demon's Rage. Like, I think that's a great little attitude, is wanting cards to be accessible, but then you put like these super rare, it's kind of like a cold foil, right? Like, foils in Genesis are like cold foils in Flesh and Blood, like one per box. Like, that's so cool. All right, here we go. I get excited whenever I start seeing things. Oh man, like I'm driving to hit this foil. It feels like I'm waiting to hit the cold foil. And then you have the full set, and again, like, it's a super cool way to do a box, and it's a super cool way to do a game, to have like the whole moving on the battlefield. It feels a little bit like a video game. Oh man, if we don't hit a foil, I'm gonna be very disappointed. And then Assad's gonna be like, Louis, there's no foils in the box. I will say the foils on this are the opposite of what I usually like in foils. But for whatever reason, they feel so special that I don't matter. Like, the whole thing is foiled. The whole thing is foiled. And I usually don't like that. Primordial Force. We haven't hit any epics, so I'm assuming there's no epics in beta. Unless this is just like the worst box ever. And I'm not going to get any epic. Like, I would assume if you get a full set, then there's no epics. That's probably what it is. So in J2, they added epics, which are red. That must be what it is. Angel of Retribution, that's the pack art. That's pretty cool. Man, I hope that there's foils. Man, if I'm wrong and there's no foils, this video is going to be horrible. It's going to make me look terrible. I love it. I love it. Look, that was the pack art, that Angel of Retribution. There's Learn to Play kits. We still have a few of the bundles left on the website, captainsmarket.com, if you want a J2 bundle. The Demon Scrolls. So now we're starting to get duplications. So that means we must have started hitting everything. Do I have all my foils? I do have a foil up there. I'll get at the end. If we don't hit a foil, I'll show you what I mean by the foiling being different. It's good. It's just different than I like usually. Purifying Wave. There we go. That was one of the promo cards too. So the artwork's super cool. The gameplay is super fun. And the foils in J2, apparently there's no foils here, but the foils in J2 are where the value is. Assad, I'm sure, will comment on the bottom what the difference is in the boxes from beta to J2. My guess is that the difference is the epics exist in J2 and the foils exist in J2. I haven't hit a foil in this whole box, so it makes me feel like there's no foils. Which is sad, because that's what the whole video was supposed to be highlighting. I didn't hit a foil. Maybe I just got bad luck. All right, let me show you a foil real quick. These are the foils. Like, the whole thing is foil, which is different. Like, it's, it's more like Magic. The whole thing's foil, and I don't always love that. But when you pull them and they feel so rare, it's kind of cool. And the foiling process is definitely different, which makes it unique too. Again, I usually like foils where just like the background's foil or just the hero's foil. But these are so rare in the packs, as you can see, unless they're just not in beta. They're so rare in the packs that it's super fun when you open them. And I do like that. So all in all, I think it's really hard to tell the value difference, especially without hitting a foil. But the experience when you're opening the J2 anyway, and you hit that one foil feels really good. And those foils are selling for like $80-$90, kind of like a cold foil would from Flesh and Blood. So, and then the epics, which we didn't hit an epic either. So I guess J2, they added epics. So yeah, that adds another little chase to it as well. Make sure you check that out. Hope you guys have a great day. If you're in Canada, make sure you hit up the Genesis November 20th. Just Google that for their championship. And hope you guys have a great day. Remember to be kind to the people around you. We'll see you again next video.